This week we come to our fourth profile in perseverance, and this is one of my favorite stories. Okay, if I'm going to be honest, I have lots of favorite stories, but this one definitely makes the list. It's a story of a young woman, a beautiful young woman, who gets caught up in a high-stakes beauty pageant that takes place throughout the empire that runs all the way from India to Ethiopia. That's an amazing amount of ground. But out of all of that, Esther is the clear winner. But what Esther knows that no one else knows, which she's been sternly warned to keep quiet, is about her background and her family. She's been asked to keep secret for her own safety who she really is. A Jew. One of those in exile from the promised land. One of those who worships and serves the one God, creator of heaven and earth. Well, then, as now, there are some folks who rise to power who have really big egos. Their main aim really is self-serving. They are ready to do anything and everything and step on anyone to get ahead. Now, one such person was a man by the name of Haman. And when Haman gets ticked off, let's be honest, his ego gets bruised. He comes up with a plan, a devastating plan in retaliation. It will be a plan for racial genocide, for ethnic cleansing. And when he goes to the king and smooth talks him and throws in a hefty bribe to exterminate every Jew, man, woman, and child throughout the empire in one day. Well, inside the palace, Esther's completely unaware of all of this. She's safe and comfortable and insulated in so many ways. And no one knows the truth of her identity. But then she hears from the one who has raised her as his own. Hear what he has to say in Esther, the 4th chapter, the 13th and the 14th verses. Do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone of all the Jews will escape. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows, but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. It would have been so easy to do nothing. But backed by prayer and fasting, summoning her courage, Esther was willing to risk and to act. For such a time as this, we've been caught up in waves of change. We now face in so many ways the consequences of centuries of racism and injustice. We wrestle with what it looks like to share the good news that is for all people. What shall we do? It would be so easy to do nothing. But then I don't believe that God calls any of us to be undercover Christians. Who knows? Maybe I am here, maybe you are here, maybe we are here together for such a time as this. Now, I do want to share with you that next week, the Gadsden Street United Methodist Church office will be closed for the 4th of July, and so there will be no video next week. I'm going to miss you because we've been together since we began walking day by day through Holy Week. Our leadership team has already set July 12th as a tentative date to resume our in-person worship. We don't know yet whether that will happen, but when and if we continue with in-person worship or make that available, I want you to know that worship will continue to be available online. So however you are able to join us, I look forward to seeing you again. Blessings to you.